The setting for the case is the Carrara Biological Reserve, located in the central part of the Pacific region of Costa Rica. A roundtable discussion is scheduled to take place. "50-year-old Manuel Soto has lived near the Carrara Biological Reserve in Tercoles, Costa Rica. His family has gained subsistence on the land for generations.
My old friend Felipe has claimed that he is going to have arrested me if I continue with my poaching of the scarlet macaw. I see his point, but he forgets that I need to poach in order for me to survive. This young woman, Nicole, she's trying to help me get a little piece of my land back. Maybe such a piece will get me a place to live, but a little plot of land will not let me farm and gain my subsistence. I am a 50-year-old campesino. What I am supposed to do to survive? The government has taken my land, but has given me no skill to live in. And if they have paid me for that amount of money, the land belonged to my people, who long before the Spanish came. I have no idea for the desire of the Costa Rica to be a global player. What do I need with a television, computer, CD player, and all those things? My government claims I will have if the people are willing to sacrifice for a while. I want things to be the way they are. And so does my daughter. Our motto is Pura Vida, the pure life.
Lucy Soto, 18, is the youngest child of Manuel and the only daughter of 5 children.
I do not like working on an assembly line. The rush all over my face and body demonstrates what it's like to handle banana all day. With the little money I am given, I share a room with 3 other girls. The wage are not enough to even send back a small amount to my parents. It is the truth that I don't like such working conditions. I work hard for what? So that the people in the United States can eat and relax while eating the banana I slave to pack for them. Also, it's true that I always picture myself living in the same community as my brother's parents and marrying a boy from the land. But I find that I do not mind living away from home. As much as I thought, if I had better wage and working conditions, I really would not mind being away from my family so much. There is a certain freedom I receive by making my own money. I don't like to see my father's land taken from him, but I like the idea of having some small luxuries. Also, I like the idea of choosing the people with whom I want to be friends or even date.
Nicole Harvey, a 39-year-old non-governmental organization leader from the United States, has traveled around Central America trying to help shape global trade policy so that the poor as well as the rich benefit.
First, I want to thank Mr. Koppel and Mr. Ortega for sharing with us some of their valuable time. We all understand the desire for Costa Rica to move forward and benefit from modern comforts. Women like Lucy are excited to have the opportunity to become independent in ways they have never experienced before. But that does not mean everyone approves of the method of the state is using to move the country forward. The campesinos that are being forced off of their land need to be fairly compensated, either by the government or the pharmaceutical companies that are benefiting from the acquisition of the land. People need to be given housing elsewhere. Those who cannot be expected to learn a new life must be adequately compensated. People should be given access to education and job training. Furthermore, people should be provided with livable wages for their work, should not have to work in jobs that expose them to harmful toxins. Transition is good. Nobody should be afraid of change. However, we need to make sure that the powerless are given the same access to the benefits of economic growth as the wealthy. Only then can we make sure that Manuel and people like him do not poach out already threatened wildlife and plants.
Felipe Antonio Arce is a Carrara biological reserve worker who is also from the land taken by the government. And like Manuel, he is excited to see the expansion of the National Reserve because his job is now secured and the ecosystem is better protected.
I am insulted that this young American woman thinks all ticos will resort to crime. Manuel does not represent every tico. We are law-abiding people who care about our country and protecting the species within it. I know many people who have been displaced. My own parents have, for example, and they have not turned to poaching.
Your parents do not need to turn to jail because you have given an undemanded job with lots of benefits. They are living off your income and not by the income given by the government. If you want to know what happens to ticos who are not given such handouts, look at your uncle. He was thrown to jail for stealing because he was so tired of living a life of economy.
Daniel Allende, 33, is an environmentalist, originally from San Jose, the capital of Costa Rica. Allende prides himself in having worked at or visited all of the national parks in Costa Rica.
My concern is not to judge the people who turn to illegal acts, but to develop strategies Costa Rica could use in ways that benefits as much land and as many people as possible. Many of us are glad to see the land around Carrara protected. The fear, however, is that with more tourists coming, the indigenous plant and animal species might become harmed, putting more on the endangered or threatened list. Animals will come into town, dig into trash and eat what people eat, and become afflicted with disorders similar to that of humans. But they have no medical care, so animals will die. We're already seeing white-faced capuchin monkeys in parks such as Manuel Antonio dying. This could be due to the fatty foods in their diets, because of the junk food snatched from the bags of the tourists. Also, it takes a lot of resources to please tourists. They like hot showers, processed foods, potable water, and many amenities. This requires resources from the land. The government must think of ways to protect the land, and to do this, it must control tourism.
Just as importantly, however, the government must think of ways to protect the people whose land it is. Needs to make tourism possible. Everything is connected. The economy, the environment, the people.
Luis Ortega's role as a state official renders him active in reclaiming land in Tarcoles. He is the same age as Manuel, but the two couldn't be farther apart in their approaches to the future.
I appreciate your concern, Mr. Soto and Ms. Hardy. Costa Rican has the best interest of the country at heart. We too are concerned with how to develop park in sustainable way. For that reason, we have only given permits of 2 hotels to be developed instead of 4 that have applied. We have given permits for only 2 stores to be developed instead of the 6 have applied. In addition, we have instructed the merchants that no bleach to other harmful toxins are allowed to use on other properties. Furthermore, we are using as little energy as possible for purpose, well aware that government offered to buy you a nice acre of land near in Matina. There you could afford a house and have a small amount to retire. You choose to say near your family, when you money we give, you will only not to go so as far.
The land you gave me is 7 hours from my family, and it is in the middle of nowhere. How am I supposed to live so isolated from the others?
You have failed to mention, Mr. Ortega, that the hotels and stores you discuss are both owned by foreign investors. Further, they will hire a total of 70 workers, while 420 adults have been displaced from their land. What will happen to the people like Mr. Soto, skilled workers who build homes and families around their land, but who now have no livelihood and no place to live near the ones they love? Losing 420 workers, even if those workers had jobs in the informal economy. So 70 formal sector jobs does not that help the Costa Rican economy as a whole.
The problem, however, is that most Ticos are like your daughter Lucy here, Mr. Soto. They are excited at the freedom at the new development process them. Soon, each daughter can choose her own partners, live where she wants, and have as many as child she desires. Each man can soon afford to buy a small luxuries, perhaps even a car. We too want the freedom and the luxuries afforded. Those in the United States, globalization cannot be stopped.
Henry Coppel is a U.S. trade representative who was sent to work with Ortega to determine which land are needed to both increase ecotourism and find workers for the banana plantations.
It is true that the United States will benefit from CAFTA. I cannot deny the boost it will give to our export. However, we also genuinely believe that the tariff liberalization will aid in bringing about much needed modernization of our country and will help to reduce poverty, not only in Costa Rica, but in the rest of Central America and the Dominican Republic by boosting trade, expanding the economies, and creating new jobs. Greater trade opportunities are essential to improving living standards in developing countries. Most of the opposition I have experienced thus far has come from coalition in the United States on political grounds. People like you are concerned about the condition negotiated in the agreement and its impact of the economy and the environment.
It is the way globalization is being proposed. Unfortunately, the people making decisions about land reclamation, foreign investment, and ecotourism are not the people who are affected by the decisions. The people need to be included in how their land and lives will be affected. Mr. Ortega and Mr. Coppel, you both live in cities. Your jobs and livelihoods are not affected directly. But imagine if someone told you that you must leave your land, told you that you must sell it and move far away, to a place where you know nobody. What if your daughter was forced to move and begin work at a place that gives her skin disease, possible cancer? What if the land you had known forever was going to be changed so that foreign people, rather than you and your family, could enjoy it? You must include all the people in your decisions. That is all we are asking.